What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer video. And many newspapers are reporting, including the Liverpool Echo, that Liverpool are heavily scouting and we are very interested in signing Memphis Depay, the former Manchester United player. He has come on leaps and bounds since he left Manchester United. He scored 22 goals last season, and this season he only scored 8 goals so far, but he only played 37 games. Last season he played 51, and the season in the French league is not over yet. Guys, I work a lot on compiling all the latest Liverpool news for you guys, so if you enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like, it really helps me out. It just takes 1 second from you guys, and enjoy the video. And Memphis Depay is a huge friend of Gini Wijnaldum. He has actually posted many pictures, including very recently he's posted a major throwback with my brother Gini Wijnaldum. You are doing the nation proud, young king. And recently, when they had a few days off, actually Wijnaldum traveled to Lyon to spend the day with Memphis Depay, and they posted on their social media that they were having a lot of fun. And many newspapers, including the Liverpool Echo, have been publishing reports that Liverpool are scouting Memphis Depay, Tanguy Ndombele and Houssem Aouar of Lyon. And I think we are closest to signing Memphis Depay because he is actually a very versatile player. He can play as a right winger, as a left winger, as a centre forward, as an out-and-out striker, and that would be very appealing for Jurgen Klopp, because Jurgen Klopp likes very versatile players who can play in many different positions. And even Sadio Mane played up front in some games when Firmino was out injured. And also Memphis Depay is two-footed. He's undeniably he possesses a great creativity. He has a lot of talents. He's quite fast player. He has very good coast control. He can beat a player. He has great free kick ability, and also he has a very good work rate. His work rate was questioned at Manchester United, but I think since then he has improved a lot. And Lyon are actually comfortably in third place in the French league, so they will finish in the Champions League places. And the Liverpool fans have actually been urging Gini Wijnaldum to convince Depay to come to Liverpool, but I don't think Depay needs any convincing, because Depay is actually, I think, a big fan of the Premier League, and I think he has still unfinished business at Liverpool, because how unfinished business in the Premier League, I mean, and he could do that in Liverpool. He departed for Lyon, Manchester United, for 16 million pounds, and I think if we could get him for like 30-40 million pounds, that would be a great deal, because Memphis Depay is still only 25 years old, even though it seems like he has been around for many years. He had brilliant seasons at PSV Eindhoven. In his last season at PSV he scored 28 goals, but at Lyon he has about 1 goal every 3 games. That's his average, which is not like the best goal scoring return, but as I said, he's not like an out-and-out striker. He has played sometimes as a centre forward, sometimes as a winger, so he can play in a number of positions. And Memphis Depay has a very good close relationship with Wijnaldum, with Van Dijk, and I think he could do a lot of damage in the Premier League, because as I said, I think he will be hugely motivated if he comes back to the Premier League to show everybody that he's not the player that failed for Manchester United. And yeah, this season he actually has not 8 but 9 goals and 13 assists. And according to some French outlets, Jurgen Klopp sent some scouts to France to check on Memphis Depay in Lyon's recent 3-0 win over Marseille. So Liverpool were present in that game. And Jurgen Klopp is definitely in the market for an attacking new signing, because Daniel Sturridge's contract is up at the end of the season and he will leave Liverpool. There is absolutely no news on if Liverpool will offer Daniel Sturridge a contract extension, and he has been quite out of the picture this season, even though this has been probably the season where Daniel Sturridge has been fit for the longest time, and yet he quite rarely played, mainly because even Divock Origi was ahead of him in the pecking order. And Klopp said this week that he will bring in some new players, but he is looking for value for money and not just spending and buying for the sake of it, because he recently spent 175 million pounds in the last summer transfer window, and Jurgen Klopp said this: "For sure, there's no need for that level of spending again. I don't want to talk exactly what we will do, but I don't think this is a team at the moment where we have to spend the big money or whatever. The best way to do it is to bring together a group of players, try to develop them all together, and then stay together for a while. That was maybe the main problem of Liverpool for the last decade." I think he's referring to we didn't have a consistent team together for a long time. We sold Xabi Alonso, Mascherano, we sold Kite, Steven Gerrard retired, or we sold Steven Gerrard, Jamie Carragher retired, and then, we sold Coutinho, we sold Suarez. So we sold Raheem Sterling. So there has been a lot of talent at Liverpool in the past 10 years, but we haven't been able to keep them consistently. But now that Liverpool are challenging for trophies, we are finishing in second place in the Premier League, back-to-back Champions League finals. That means that the players have no real reason to leave Liverpool, because they have a big chance of getting trophies at this club. And that is why I think it's absolutely crucial that Liverpool win the Champions League finals. So even future signings, we'll see that they have a big chance of winning big trophies at Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp continued: "When they had a good team after a season, the big players went all over the world. That will not happen this year for sure." So that means that Jurgen Klopp wants to keep all the key players at Liverpool: Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah, Mane, Firmino, Naby Keita, Henderson, Wijnaldum. We want to keep all these players, and we want to make sure that Liverpool build on this success and go again next season with an even improved squad. And I was actually just out of curiosity checking the Champions League final ticket prices, and it's absolutely ludicrous how even the accommodation in Madrid has been through the roof. Actually, Jurgen Klopp has nailed it on his comments about the Champions League final, and I quote Jurgen Klopp here: "Travel agencies and hotels are not silly, obviously. With Madrid, it is unbelievably expensive, but at least it's not another part of the world. How can you have finals in Kiev and in Baku?" And Jurgen Klopp also mentioned the rush for Champions League final tickets and the high cost of travel. It's difficult, unbelievably expensive. Going to Baku for a European final is really funny. These decisions must be much more sensible. I heard a room in Madrid you can get for £100 usually is now £2,700, and I also saw some tickets on the black market going for as much as £35,000. That's an absolute fortune even for English players or English fans, and I find it really ludicrous. And Liverpool also commented on this, that Liverpool could ban fans if they found reselling their Champions League final tickets online. And Liverpool FC said that they could impose Anfield bans on any supporters who are found to be selling Champions League final tickets for higher prices online, because these are not tickets that should be made profit on, and I fully agree with that. UEFA have only allocated just 50% of the tickets to the actual fans, which is also a very low number, but tickets on resale sites online are selling for up to €40,000, £35,000. That is crazy, honestly. Like, just for one game. Yes, it's a Champions League final, yes, it's a special game, but £35,000, really? That can get you a lot of months overall total spending anywhere in the world, but especially here in Hungary, that's a huge amount of money. And Liverpool have released a statement reminding Liverpool fans that potentially fake tickets, and also warning them that anyone caught trying to make profits on secondary and unofficial ticketing sites will face sanctions. And this is what Liverpool's statement said. Fans are warned that buying tickets via unofficial online sources does not guarantee tickets are genuine and that they will actually receive them. As part of its commitment to tackle ticket touting, the club has created a test purchase program to help protect supporters from purchasing through unauthorized ticketing sites. The program aims to identify and stop these sales. But I think it's very difficult. That's just my comment, because there are so many people absolutely desperate to get their hands on a Champions League final ticket. And Liverpool also said, while selling or offering to sell tickets without the permission of the club is a criminal offence, LFC also intends to impose sanctions on any supporters found to be selling tickets through unofficial secondary ticketing sites. Sanctions could include ticket buying suspensions and identify bans from Anfield. It could also mean that any tickets for the Champions League final in Madrid are invalid and purchases will be unable to gain access to Estadio Metropolitano, the host stadium of the Champions League final. It's brutal. Honestly, I checked the accommodation prices in Madrid and they are like crazy. They are almost 10 times more expensive than they usually are. I have been in Madrid on holiday like 2 years ago, just for 2 or 3 days, and the prices were like 8 or 9 times less expensive than they are for the night of the Champions League final, which I find ludicrous. If I had a Champions League final ticket, what I would do is fly to Madrid, rent a car, and actually book an accommodation just close to Madrid, outside of Madrid, in a small city or a small town near Madrid, like half an hour or an hour car's drive, because there places are actually 10 times less expensive than in Madrid. I actually checked the prices on booking.com, and this is just crazy how the hotels and even smaller hostels, which are usually quite cheap even in Madrid, are hiking up their prices like crazy, honestly. And already the site said that for the Champions League final night, 94% of all the places have been booked. That is crazy. Like, that means that 100 places were available and 94 of them are already sold out and they are already booked. It's just absolutely crazy. And very, very good news. According to Liverpool Echo, Roberto Firmino is winning his battle to be fit for the Champions League final. And yes, Divock Origi did a very good job in his absence, scoring against Newcastle, the winner, scoring 2 goals against Barcelona, scoring the goal that actually sent us to the Champions League final. But I would still prefer Roberto Firmino to start in the Champions League final, because he is just a key player in this Liverpool team, and he's, I think, overall a better player than Origi. He brings more to the overall game of Liverpool, in my opinion. And there is still 2 weeks to go. Liverpool will start their like mini pre-season training camp in Marbella in Spain this week, on the weekend, I think. So I think that it's going to be a very, very tense, very nervy, but very exciting Champions League final. And if Firmino starts, then Liverpool have a very good chance of winning it. And also, according to some London newspapers, Harry Kane is also set to be fit for the Champions League final. And I don't think that's actually bad news, because Harry Kane won't be match fit. He hasn't played for like 2 or 3 months any football, and to come back in a Champions League final, he won't be match sharp. He won't have proper match fitness. And also, Harry Kane usually needs to get 2 or 3 games under his belt until he reaches full sharpness, but he won't have that time to get fit. And Kane said in advance of the Champions League final, the atmosphere around Tottenham is great, to be honest. It's a strange situation to be in, to not have a game for 3 weeks. It's a hard one because it's such a big game. You try not to think about it, but it always pops into your mind during the day. So it's just about staying focused and not getting too carried away. So I think that if Harry Kane starts for Tottenham, that's actually not as bad news as if Firmino didn't start for Liverpool. I think Firmino starting for Liverpool is a bigger advantage for Liverpool than Harry Kane starting for Tottenham. But that's just my opinion based on what will happen, what happened so far with Harry Kane and Firmino's careers. But in a one-off game, anything can happen, and that's the big worry for Liverpool fan, that in a one-off game, Tottenham can beat Liverpool. So we have to be at 100% and we have to really focus. And I read a very interesting, very fantastic interview with Pepe Reina, one of my all-time favorite Liverpool goalkeepers. I think I'm starting to love Alisson as much as Pepe Reina, but Pepe Reina had 8 brilliant years in Liverpool, and when Pepe Reina was the goalkeeper at Liverpool, we were in Champions League finals, in semi-finals, in quarter-finals regularly, and he said himself that this current Liverpool team has a similar strength to that team. It's good for football itself. That's where Liverpool belongs, and hopefully it will be like that for many years to come. That's what Reina said, and I quote him: "They have done a fantastic job from the top of the club to the last player. They seem hungry to me, and that's important in football, to become even better and better. With that joy of improvement every year, it only comes better and better. Whenever I can, I watch Liverpool because I'm probably their #1 fan. It's home. I was there 8 years, 9 with the season I was on loan with Napoli. I consider Liverpool my home, and it will always be like that. It's what they say, once a red, always a red. I'm fine here, it's a great club, AC Milan, but after the Champions League final in 2007, I would have never have thought I would have finished my career in Milan. So far so good, even though I'm not playing as much as I would like, but I have a phenomenal goalkeeper in front of me. All I can do right now is to improve and help him." And yes, Pepe Reina is 36 years old, but I would actually love to bring him back as a second choice goalkeeper. I mean, he wouldn't play a lot of games, but to just have him around the club and potentially for Pepe Reina to win a league title with Liverpool, I think that would fulfill a big dream for Pepe Reina and also for myself, because the one big regret with that great generation of the Liverpool team with Xabi Alonso, Mascherano, Fernando Torres, Pepe Reina, is that they couldn't win the Premier League title. And you guys of course are well aware of that, but reading these interviews with Pepe Reina, it actually brought back a lot of good memories. And yes, I know that he's an old goalkeeper, but I think a younger goalkeeper, if he comes in, he would want to play a lot more, while on the other hand, Pepe Reina would be happy to sit on the bench in most times in the Premier League, and then in the FA Cup, in the League Cup, and maybe in some smaller Premier League games he could start, because he could still do a good job. He has a lot of experience and he loves Liverpool. He still is a Liverpool fan. You could see from this interview that I'm just really happy that Liverpool left such a good impression on Pepe Reina, and it says a lot about him as a character, that he still watches Liverpool and he's still supporting the club. So I would love to bring him back, but of course we don't know what Jurgen Klopp's plans are regarding the goalkeeping situation. I think we will sign a younger goalkeeper than Pepe Reina, obviously. Mignolet will leave probably on loan, and Karius still has 1 year left on his loan spell at Besiktas, so I don't think Karius is coming back next season. So Liverpool might sign a new goalkeeper in the summer, so we shall wait and see. And one of Jurgen Klopp's favorite players, Adam Lallana, has been linked to a move away from Liverpool by the Daily Express. They are linking him to Southampton, his former club, and Lallana has only started 5 games for Jurgen Klopp this season because of another injury hit campaign. And according to the report, Liverpool would ask about £13 million for Lallana, and the Saints boss Rafael Hasenhüttl is a big fan of Lallana, but he has some concerns regarding his fitness. So yeah, we shall wait and see. I will be honest, I think we should upgrade on Lallana because he just can't seem to stay fit. And at Liverpool, that's vital that you can stay fit and play in this high intensity playing style that Jurgen Klopp demands of all the Liverpool players. And Lallana is a good player. We should only sell him if we could get a player who is as good as Lallana, or maybe slightly worse, but he's much younger and he has maybe bigger potential than Lallana. But I trust whatever Jurgen Klopp decides regarding this situation. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a like is always appreciated. Thanks for watching. See you later. Goodbye.